Hi, I'm Charles with East Texas Historical Fencing, and continuing our lesson on learning the basics of rapier, we're going to talk about the four main guards of Italian rapier. Now, earlier in other videos, I've talked about how this was going to be a more general series, but once we start getting into the specifics, it's necessary that we have to pick a route. So, because I have a basis in Italian fencing, we're going to talk about the Italian guards. Now, I understand destrezza only has one guard, which is right angle, and then it's defined by whether it's acute or obtuse, and you have the bella espagnola, but we're not going to get into those specifics. When we start talking about very specific things for rapier in later videos, perhaps we'll cover that more, but right now, this is just made to be a baseline for people to understand where to hold their sword and when. So, we're going to start by understanding what the guards are. We have guards 1 through 4. I'm not going to tell them to you in Italian. We're going to use English for the whole thing. And we're going to start, if we're standing straight up and we're pretending that we have our sword in a scabbard, when we draw our sword all the way to the sky like this, we're sitting in first guard. And when we bring it down halfway to where our palm is now facing the ground, we are now in second guard. When we bring the sword to the middle of our bodies and our quillons are straight up and down and our palm is facing to our left or to our non-dominant side, this is going to be third guard. And when we bring our palm facing the sky, this is going to be fourth guard. Now, when I stand on guard, my first guard, second guard, third guard, and fourth guard, like this, are going to be in this arc. You notice we kind of draw an L or kind of a J, like this. So, what's important about the guards in the Italian system is that the specific placement in the air is not what determines the guard position. This is first guard, but so is this, and so is this, and so is this, and I'm starting to make up positions now. But what's important about all of those things is that my hand is facing outwards, like this. And Fabrice, he has a couple of extra third guards. He has a low third guard, like this, and like this. But what makes it third guard is that his palm is facing away from him to his non-dominant side, like this and like this. In, forward, all of these are third guards. Second guard is no different. This is second guard, this is second guard, this is second guard, those are all second, this is fourth, and this is fourth. What's important about the guards in Italian rapier is more about, in the specific action, there will be a point where you need to turn your blade a certain direction, and then you determine which guard should I use, or should I wind to, should I move to during that action. And where it ends up in space is where it needs to end. Depending on the action that you're going through, or depending on what's happening to you in that moment, will determine where your sword ends up in space. But the relevant information is which direction is your hand turning in that moment.